Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to Director's Commentary. It's been a while, so what better way to open it up than a wee paddleboarding session through to Broughty Ferry? So this is, I've got an attachment on the board. Um, this is no me flying through the air like Falcor the dragon from the Neverending Story. I actually used to go to school with a guy called Craig Hunter who looked like the dragon for the Neverending Story, but that is a story for another day. That was Broughty Ferry Castle back there. That is me, and that very clearly is the paddleboard. So this is like Broughty Ferry. It's a launch point for like jet skis and boats and stuff like that. It's like a jetty sort of harbour type thing. Um, the water's quite cold. You didn't really want to fall in there. I'm not wearing a wetsuit. I don't usually bother with a wetsuit because I'm a real man. No, because I don't know. I just, as I say to my mate Gary, just didn't fall in. If you didn't fall in, you'll no need one. Simple as that. So this is me heading out. I'd already come round by the ferry, round to the lifeboat station, which unfortunately I didn't get any footage of. And this is me heading back round to the other side of Broughty Ferry Castle, which you'll probably see in a moment. This bit's quite calm. The water here always. So round the corner there, that's Broughty Ferry Castle. You can actually see it there. As I'm going by this section, that guy on the bank is actually shouting out to me. He's a photographer, and he was basically taking some photos of us, and he shouted out his website address. And I've listened to the audio from this video about at least 10 times, and I still can't figure out what it is he's saying, which is really annoying because it would have been a really cool photo to have. So I was standing there kind of chatting away to him, and as I'm chatting, the Tay, although it looks very calm now, is the fastest flowing river in Scotland. It's actually carrying me away. I'm constantly having to paddle against it. So that's me just not paddling anymore, and that's me getting moved along just by the power of the water. So at this section in front of the castle here, this is where it gets a wee bit dangerous. And being honest, I probably shouldn't have been paddling here. There's a lot of, I don't know what's going on exactly, but there's a lot of sort of undercurrent stuff going on. You can see the much more active and aggressive, for want of a better phrase, elements of the water as you're coming round there. There's even wee sections of whirlpool and stuff. If you fall in there, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's to do with like a lot of rocks and stuff. So here's a wee time lapse just at the end, and that was Broughty Ferry Beach.